So the latest controversy is me calling Age of Empires an Xbox game. Age of Empires 4, as you know, is published by Xbox Game Studios. And colloquially, I said Age of Empires is an Xbox game. Now, that was criticized because some people aren't quite thinking about what Xbox has been doing in the right framing. Similar, they also probably aren't thinking about what PlayStation is doing with the right framing. Let me sort of go over why I refer to Xbox in that way and why PlayStation gamers probably will soon enough. Thank you for watching. If you like these sort of videos, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when they go live. Thank you to everybody who's subscribed thus far. So I realize I haven't posted a video in a few days. I mean, I still have kept up with my cadence, but I did like the Destiny montage and everything. Today, I wanted to talk about this idea of Xbox as an ecosystem because it seems largely that a lot of people haven't quite caught on. And I brought up the criticism at the beginning because people are like, why are you calling Age of Empires 4 an Xbox game? Well, because it is. And here's the thing. And just a reminder, Xbox doesn't care where you play. Xbox has games on Steam. They have games on the Xbox app on PC that are part of Game Pass, including Age of Empires 4. And Age of Empires 4 specifically is published by Xbox Game Studios. So as we move forward into the future of how games are going to be distributed, PlayStation sees this and they are getting in on the action. What's really interesting is I wrote down some notes here. I have been criticized for wanting to see PlayStation and Xbox get closer to parity. I think the only people criticizing that are people that I don't know why they would care that I like that. I think that it's better if Xbox continues to gain momentum and PlayStation, continues kicking butt like they have. The reason being is because if Xbox keeps the fire under Sony, Sony is going to innovate in interesting ways. And funnily enough, I did a story about this back on October 9th. You might remember Jim Ryan says he's frustrated PlayStation games can't reach more players, talking about PlayStation PC, basically. I would like to see a world where the games that we make at PlayStation can be enjoyed by many tens of millions of people, perhaps hundreds of millions of people. Right now, success with the current model, a really great PlayStation hit, you're talking 10 or 20 million people being able to play that game. You continue, we're talking about games stacking up against music. We're talking about games stacking up about movies. Music and movies, they can be enjoyed by almost limitless audiences. And I think some of the art that our studios are making is some of the finest entertainment that has been made anywhere in the world. I agree with Jim Ryan. PlayStation makes phenomenal games, but he's getting to the heart of something. If you launch on the PlayStation console, he said, you're only speaking to 20, 30 million. And to kind of gate the audience for the wonderful art, wonderful entertainment that our studios are making, to gate the audience for that at 20 or 30 million frustrates me. I would love to see a world where hundreds of millions of people can enjoy those games. What could he possibly be alluding to? Could he be alluding to PlayStation PC? That is absolutely what he's talking about. Sony is going to get in on this big time. And who's been doing this for some time now? Well, here's a tweet looking at the Xbox ecosystem, basically. Xbox has services like Xbox Live Gold, Xbox Game Pass, and Xbox Live. Comparable to PlayStation now, right? The one thing Xbox has seen massive success with is Xbox Game Pass and launching day and date on PC, console, etc. Phil Spencer actually tweeted about this today. We've invested for years in Xbox so more people can play. With 4.5 million players so far across PC, cloud, and console, Forza Horizon 5 shows that promise coming to life. Largest launch day for Xbox Games Studios game, peak concurrent, 3 times Forza Horizon 4's high. Thank you, players, and congrats to We Are Playground. That is phenomenal. As you know, today is the day that Forza Horizon 5 went on Xbox Game Pass. So now that it's on Game Pass, the last number was very close to 2 million before Xbox Game Pass hit. At least that's what I've been able to find. It was either 2 million before it went on Game Pass or almost right there. I haven't found the exact number, but that's what I've been able to find just based on tweets of people who are keeping track of where it was. So it hits Game Pass, and now 4.5 million players across PC. So that's 2 million people, give or take, who purchased the game to have that early access. And now with Game Pass, it has more than doubled the audience that this game is speaking to. And remember, those people are paying a subscription fee to utilize Game Pass and play the games on the service. This is exactly what I have been talking about. Xbox doing interesting things in the space, Sony looking at that, looking at Xbox's growth, congratulating them because they're being good business people, and then saying, what can we provide to our users that's comparable? And I think PlayStation PC is going to be that answer. So the reason the Age of Empires thing is so bewildering to me, and it seems like it backfired majorly because so many people understand this. It's very plain as day. Most of us have seen the writing on the wall for years. Xbox doesn't care where you play. PlayStation, for a long time, wanted you playing on the console, on the PlayStation 5 console. But now even Jim Ryan is saying, we're leaving, there's 200 million users on Steam right now? MAUs are like 120 million. They're just going to leave that on the table? Not anymore. They want to increase how many people have access to their art. I have heavily criticized some of Jim Ryan's policies. There are things that PlayStation does that I don't like. PlayStation PC is one of the smartest things that they can do for their business going forward. The reason I talk about Xbox and their ecosystem in the PlayStation conversation is because PlayStation is looking at what they're doing and it's going to push the industry forward. It means PlayStation gamers out there, you're going to get more options for how you play your games. It means the walls are going to be torn down on crossplay for more people. More people enjoying things, in my mind, is a good thing. And some of the other things I put were basically like, so that game's at 4.5 million players. One of the biggest games ever was Miles Morales. I believe in July that was at 6.5 million in sales. So that is an interesting statistic that Forza's been out a week and 4.5 million people are playing the game. It's a different business model, though. Miles Morales is direct sales, so 6.5 million, I believe, was the number for Miles Morales. That was, here, let's just Google it really quick. Miles Morales sales. Sold more than 6.5 million copies as of July 18th. Good memory, Legary. And that was written July 28th, 2021 on PlayStationLifestyle.net. So there we go. 6.5 million copies as of July 18th. And here we have a different business model, a popular video game on the Xbox ecosystem platform. And guess what? I'm going to call stuff just Xbox from now on because it's ridiculous. It is semantics that is being argued at that point. And we have 4.5 million people playing the game. I think that is a great thing. And I'm very happy to see so many people enjoying it, regardless of your console preference. It's totally okay if you're a PlayStation fan and you prefer that console and you prefer those style of games. Xbox, if you prefer Xbox, it's totally fine. The problem is that some people are still attached to the console war mentality, right? And it's just ridiculous. It's going to go away. We have Samsung TVs that are going to offer streaming games. We have streaming cloud services for both PlayStation and Xbox. PlayStation is contracting with Microsoft to use their Azure service to offer better services to their consumers. What else do they have? It's just, our genre of gaming is evolving, and some people are on board and some people are stuck in the past fighting over whose plastic box is the best. And look, I like the Xbox platform, but Miles Morales is a phenomenal video game on the PlayStation platform. And if you're able to recognize greatness everywhere when you see it, that's great. So, yeah, I mean, still be critical when you see stuff like the Xbox DRM issue is still something I definitely want to ask Phil Spencer about. And I think I was one of the first people to make that video. And then people are like, well, why didn't you talk about this? Because you're 4 months late. I made that video 4 months ago. So like the idea, like, yeah, okay, whatever. Twitter's not a real like situation that you're ever going to end up with in real life. It's just ridiculous. Right. So that's what's going on. That's sort of my opinion. And I wanted to sort of frame this about why I think a lot of people are thinking about this wrong. They're thinking about this on an old business model. And if you look at this diagram that, I don't know, some Twitter users, DeAndre made this, it sort of shows that you have Xbox Live, Xbox Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, and you can basically, Sony basically has the same thing. They have a bunch of great first-party studios. They have multiple PlayStation SKUs, but the one area that they're looking to expand into is this one right here. See that PC picture? That's what Sony's going to be working towards. So in a few years, we're going to be having a very different conversation about what the word PlayStation means, because it's going to expand to the PC market. Absolutely. And what Xbox means. And a lot of people understand what I mean when I say Xbox, and some people don't. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. That's why I just wanted to talk about why I think you're not thinking about the whole situation clearly and clear up at least where I stand with it. Maybe you'll understand where I come from. So thank you so much for watching. If you like these sort of videos, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when they go live. I appreciate everybody who has subscribed thus far. If you want to become a member, memberships are turned on. Just click that join button. It's right down there. Come on, Arrow. Animate on the screen. I know you're going to do it. I know you're going to do it. Where is it? Boom. There it is. Join. If you want to. If not, thank you so much to everybody who has decided to become a member. I'm going to get out of here, post this video so I can keep my one video a day going. We're almost... March 17th is the day I've gone a year making a video a day. And so far I've done pretty good. Made some mistakes along the way. Of course, not every video is perfect. But I love doing these. I love talking with you. I'm not going anywhere, so get used to me. Bye for now, everybody.